Hello, and welcome to an informational video about St. Cloud State University Study Abroad programs. The following production has been put together to not only inform you about the great opportunities SCSU offers to study abroad, but also to listen to what students who have studied abroad have to say about their experiences. Currently, SCSU offers around 17 semester-long programs and around 24 short-term programs with options to student teach abroad, as well as to use a non-SCSU provider to get you to your specific destination of choice.
I think other students should study abroad because it's an amazing experience.
You get to experience like a whole different kind of like life, you know, different culture.
How many opportunities in your life are you going to get to go live in a castle?
It really gives you a different perspective of how the world lives.
Grow as a person, academically, get more credits.
Employers look at it all the time and love to talk about it, and for an interview, for you to sit there and talk about something you love, it's really easy.
2% of college students study abroad. That automatically puts you ahead of the rest.
It makes you aware that your world doesn't revolve just around your own little area where you've grown up. Especially growing up in central Minnesota, you maybe don't have the experience or the opportunity to experience other cultures, other things that are going on.
Learning abroad, you really take what you have read and all that and experience it. And in a classroom, you can see a video, you can hear lectures, you can listen to people, but it's that hands-on experience.
It's one thing to read about differences in other people's cultures and foods and dress and way of life, and another thing to see it for yourself and to experience it.
I think one of the most motivating things was just learning and talking to other Australians.
Having like a host family, because with my host family I was able to travel with them, and they taught me Japanese traditions and like customs, and like they taught me how to cook Japanese foods.
Working in the elementary school, I got to help with a lot of the English classes and just hang out with the kids.
Visiting the Miao village while we were there, it's just, you get a taste of the rural side of China.
You learn a lot about yourself and how to open up to new people.
From my point of view, I think really exposing students to any study abroad experience, it doesn't matter if it's a short one or a long one, I think it's better than not allowing the students to have any experience.
A huge thing was just meeting new people and meeting people from different ethnic backgrounds and people with different stories and around the world.
I'm trying to get back over there, and when I do, I have places to stay, I have friends over there, I have things I can go see.
You get a different perspective, and you're open to the world.
I think the best way to learn a language is to go to the country, and I went to Chile, for example, and that's where I've been learning my Spanish.
One thing which St. Cloud State again has done very well in terms of helping the students and figuring it out. Faculty have been very supportive in that way, supportive of the experience of the students, and try to figure it out, that how students can get that experience and then figure it, and also get academic credit. So I think our students have been very fortunate in terms of able to figure those things out.
I had to take Ethnic Studies 305 with Dr. Diet Cha.
Spanish language, culture, history, conversation, and grammar.
So I took like international business, international finance, like marketing, management, like corporate strategy classes.
You do papers about your field trip experiences just to kind of document. It's kind of nice to have and look back on to see what you did.
I was taught by Australian professors, so it was really fun to see their viewpoint.
You not only learn about it, you get to go see it, and you get to go touch it, and you get to go experience it.
The Study Abroad office works hard to keep programs reasonable for students to afford. There are many scholarships available, and many times financial aid is increased for students in the form of loans. Some scholarships are specific to a destination or major, so visit the Study Abroad office in Lawrence Hall for more information.
Students gain a self-confidence of doing it when they're doing a study abroad program. They come back ready to tackle new things that they didn't think they could handle. They find themselves, they realize that they're able to do new things. Their views of the world and of themselves have changed. They grow personally and become such a well-rounded student.
I think you become a lot more open-minded.
Well, you kind of just adapt to the culture there, really.
Seeing the world in a different aspect and seeing how the world sees us is an enlightening experience.
There was one girl and she lived above me, and her name was Laura, and we just became very good friends, and she actually brought me to her home in Australia for a weekend, so I got to not only like become good friends with her and her tell me about Australia, but I got to be taken into a home of an Australian family. And
Roy Todd, who is the professor of the Contemporary Britain class, he is great with the students. He will go out of his way to help the students. I mean, he's been an educator his entire life.
I would have to say my international business professor, Dr. Lacterin.
Probably my host family altogether, that they just made the experience 10 times better for me. I didn't know what to expect going into it.
With the internet now, it's very easy for students to keep in contact, emails. You can use Skype, which is a great a lot of students are using that program to communicate back with their parents.
I think this is true for most parts of the world now. It's quite easy to find internet cafes.
It's amazing that how connected we are, but yet we don't know that by just staying at home and not really getting to experience that.
the neatest thing, I mean, the internet these days is crazy, and you can contact anyone around the world at any time of the day if you truly, truly wanted to. So it's been very easy to, and I plan to stay in touch with them for as long as I can.
Yep, I've kept in touch with a few friends that I met there, as well as my family. I try to talk to them as much as I can.
Everything. I mean, there's no like one thing about the experience that you don't value. I mean, every little thing adds to it.
It's just what it can do for me in my future job or employment, as well as a person, what I learned throughout the whole experience about myself.
I went into the study abroad experience with a set of expectations, and my trip and everything that I was able to do and the people I got to meet and the places I got to see, it totally exceeded that.
One of the greatest benefits of studying abroad is that it gives students a home base to further travel to other parts of the world. Most students take the opportunity to visit neighboring regions to further expand their cultural experience.
I went to Sydney.
I went to Ireland for my 1 week break.
I traveled throughout my prefecture a lot.
Besides the group trips that we got to go on, I went on weekend trips to the beach.
We were in Jishou.
And then I also went to South Korea for about a week and a half.
We were in Beijing.
And then I went to New Zealand for a week.
Oh, we were also in Fenghua. Fenghua was a really, really pretty city.
And then I spent a week in Buenos Aires before I came home.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it sums it up to be. I'm so much more interested in culture and learning about other people's ways of life.
Social outings and things like that are viewed completely differently.
Kind of felt like I had a good group of friends. I knew who they were, but at the same time I was more receptive to meeting new people.
Or even like how they view us. It's really interesting sometimes how they view us. And
it helped in my Spanish classes, as well as travel and tourism. I could say I've had that traveling experience.
If anybody who has any desire to go abroad, do it while you're students, because that's the best time and it's the cheapest way to do it, but yet it's the most fun and exciting and a great learning experience.
I've never had a student come back from a study abroad program and say to me, I wish I hadn't done it, it was a waste of my money. You'll never hear that from students who have gone. They'll come back saying, I wish I could have stayed longer.
you know, studying abroad, people think that they can't do it, that it's not possible for them, they'll get scared, they'll get homesick or something, but guaranteed it won't. It'll be a time of their life.
I really think students should do their best to make a program work now and in something they'll have to take with them the rest of their lives.
I say do it. I mean, it's a good experience, chance of a lifetime.
Just do it. It's a great experience.